Yeah.
This meeting is being recorded.
I don't know why they have two voices now. My gosh. Okay. So, Reader's Digest of what I just said is my life is crazy, which makes it easy for me to relate to other people's life that have so much going on. I know we are in the back to school season, and there's just a lot. Like, I know soccer has started for some people, and I'm coaching t-ball right now. And so I understand completely the chaos of life and the overwhelm. But for me, this is my primary income for our family. So I have to figure it out. And so I'm trying to be better about learning how to turn around and teach what I'm doing and the solutions that I find. One of the things that I do, I don't know, it's probably subjective if this is a good thing. But I'm constantly changing and trying different things, and that's hard to follow. However, I've done that for 6 years, and so I've learned through failing what doesn't work, what does work. So tonight, I'm going to share with you what my personal strategy is for this week to enroll 5 people. And it's going to be very simple, and it's going to also align. I know we have different groups doing different things for September, and it's going to plug and play great into whatever group you have that you're running. Because I know Sarah and Brooke, you guys run a group together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And are you doing like focusing on self-care? I think, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I know like Jamie and Sarah are doing more of like a 21-day self-care still, but focusing on the 21-day aspect of it. I'm teaching more about stress management. And so this will all work. And I think it's great that we have, are you guys kind of focusing on like a 30-day thing? Have you?
Yeah, I bought a template off of Etsy. And so I think it's like the 30-day template or whatever.
Okay.
So
this is so great because I want us to have different examples for how this same process will work 3 different ways. So you guys have like a 30-day thing you're inviting to. I know Jamie and Sarah have a 21-day thing that they're inviting to. And I personally invite more to like the lifestyle of insanity and how do we function in that. So kind of 3 different time frames that were of verbiage, right? We're all doing the same thing, but different time frames of verbiage. But everyone should be matching up their clients with these 5 elements to their transformation. And that's what we're going to go through tonight, because whether you're brand new to health and fitness, or if you have a medical degree, this same approach will work fantastic. And if you have a new coach that starts tomorrow and they're like, okay, what do I do? You can give them this worksheet. Did you guys see this worksheet that I posted in the team page?
Yeah, I printed mine off.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. Okay.
Try to be fancy and get it on my tablet. It's not really working out so well.
Cool. That's fine too. Either way, and if someone's recording and they don't have this printed out, don't worry. You can just use a blank piece of paper. But I have basically, I guess it's technically 7 steps. I tried to do 5, like 5 people in 5 days with 5 elements and 5 steps, but it didn't work. Okay. So with the goal of enrolling 5 people in this next week, and then having this approach every month for the rest of the year, 5 people a month is what I'm going to serve. We're at the end of the month, so we're focusing on 5 people this week. These are the same steps we'll go through. Number 1, I want you to ask yourself if you really want the fulfillment and financial benefit that you will reap from the investment that will be required to be successful. The investment of your time, the investment of your resources, the investment of your pride, because for so many of us, we're so nervous of what people will think. We're so, especially in the beginning, so nervous of rejection, so nervous we're going to do something wrong, so nervous we're going to look dumb, so nervous of being judged. And really that comes down to our pride. And I don't mean that at all in a judgmental way, because we all have to work through this, versus putting first the service that we're offering, and that we have to reach people in order to help them. We have to find a way to market to get their attention. So number 1 for everybody is to ask yourself if you really do want the fulfillment and financial oh my gosh, fruit of your labor. Like, sometimes words are hard. If you do, then we can move on. But if someone was to ask themselves, I don't really care. I don't really care if I help people. It doesn't really, at this point in my life, make a big difference. Or financially, it doesn't really matter to me if I earn an extra $300 to $400 this next week. It wouldn't matter. There has to be something that's driving us to do these things. And most likely, if you're on this call like you two, or if someone's taking the time to watch the recording, they have something that is driving them. But that has to always be our first question that we ask ourselves. Otherwise, the other stuff won't ever happen. We'll never prioritize it. We'll never do it, and won't ever matter to us enough. So after that, we go to number 2. Identify your top 3 current struggles. And I promise you I'm going somewhere with this. So if you guys could, just on a piece of paper, write down 1, 2, 3. What are your top 3 current struggles and just in life in general? Like, what are you struggling with? So mine was time management. Number 1. Number 2 is the work mom juggle exhaustion of constantly being on the go. And then number 3 is my eating structure. Like, I'm not planning anything. And I'm eating okay. Like, I'm not eating unhealthy, but I'm not doing great. I want to get better in that. So I'll give you guys just a couple seconds if you want to write down your top 3 struggles. And just let me know when you guys are done. So the next part we're going to move into, so step number 3. Actually, do you guys want to share what your 3 struggles are right now?
Sure. My first one would probably be motivation, kind of like the excitement to work out. Me and Brooke have talked. I haven't been a fan of my fire and flow.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time, but I've committed to it. So I'm on week 4, so I'm pushing through, but I'm really excited. I'm like looking forward to a new program, but I'm still pushing through. But it's kind of.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Have you ever tried listening to music while you're doing the workout?
Mm-mm.
I would highly recommend it. Towards the end of Fire and Flow, I've had mixed feedback as well. And I didn't pick up on it because I don't listen to the workouts ever. Maybe that's not a very good, but I will listen to a motivational like YouTube video, or listen to a sermon, or I'll listen to like worship music or something that lifts my soul. And then it's like I simultaneously exercise my body and my spirit feels lifted at the end. So just a side tip.
Okay, I'll try that. Cause yeah, but I've still, pushing through. I've debated. I'm like, should I finish? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish it. That's one thing. Like, I set out. I'm like, I'm always gonna finish what I start. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish them fire and flow, but it has made it hard to be like, yay, I'm gonna go do
Yeah.
fire and flow today. But it's okay. And then I put not focusing only on the weight loss, but just like this whole health health change. And then especially coming out of the weekends, my weekend nutrition is always a whole nother story.
I
So,
love it.
those are my
Okay. Okay, cool.
For me, just kind of the overwhelm of being back to work and all that a new school year demands of me as a teacher.
Yeah.
And just so many things. I don't need to get into all of it, but you know, just now trying to find that balance again with that. And then also, you know, working my business because I felt like I had so much time over the summer to work it and I loved it. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm rarely doing anything because I'm like, I have to focus on the job that honestly pays my bills right now, you know, and it's like, so it's like, and then, just like that whole like work life, home life, business life, like balance, like figuring that all out. I'm starting to get into a groove again, but it's been rough being sick too, like every week. And then just like melting mode. I feel like I'm just I was in maintenance and I got a little, you know, I'm starting to get momentum, but I still feel like I'm sort of in weight loss and I, you know, have big goals. So I want to keep on losing the weight there. So
okay, awesome. Thank you guys for sharing this. I promise you there's a point to this. We're going to come back to it. The next step, number 3, is to identify 3 goals for the next 30 days. One of them is going to be physical, one's going to be mental, and one is going to be functional. So for me, like mental, I've let myself get too overburdened and just my schedule lack of structure and my anxiety is kicking back. Like I will just have moments where my adrenaline's rushing and I just hate that feeling. I struggled with it a lot in the past, and when my body's out of balance, it comes back. So a mental goal for me is to decrease that sense, like that cortisol adrenaline rush, and feeling more grounded. Number 2 physical would be to increase muscle tone. And number 3, a functional goal, is to improve my meal preparation, not just like preparing meals, but like a meal plan, actually following a meal plan and looking at different recipes and having more fun with it and being more intentional about that. So that's what I mean by like functional. What's something about your life, maybe time management, that aligns kind of with what you're struggling with and where you want to go. So write down 3 goals: mental, physical, functional. excuse me. And then whenever you guys are ready, if you want to share your 3 goals, I would love to hear them.
I'm ready. These probably aren't in the order you said, but the first thing I thought of was just a better daily routine, like not just a morning routine, but like my whole day. What time am I going to leave work? Like on, and it could vary by day because, so like Wednesdays, I always leave earlier because I have Bible study and other commitments at night. So just kind of getting a better daily routine. When am I going to work my business and kind of working smarter and not harder?
Yeah.
So my physical goal would be to lose 5 to 10 more pounds, just on my melting mode there. And then my mental one would be to just be praying more consistently and be more consistent with my morning routine. I feel like I'm getting kind of like bits and pieces of it, but not like fully getting what I know I need every single morning. And that will attribute to me getting to bed earlier too, which is another goal I'm working on, is getting enough sleep so that I don't oversleep my alarm and get up at the appropriate time in the morning.
So good, a better bedtime routine too. Like,
yeah.
Why
Yeah, that's what I mean. Daily routine, just like the whole day. Like,
okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about you, Sarah?
So for my physical, I put just finding that program I love and finding, well, I kind of already did this, but I found that balance of, for me, no Saturdays, like Saturday, Sundays are my rest days. And like, that's just something I've learned. So that's kind of my physical, what I'm going to do within the month. And then for mental, I putting my phone down more and focusing on my family and just kind of remind me why I started to like be physically able to play with my kids and do more with them versus focusing so much on like, I mean, maybe just posting so much. I sometimes kind of get lost in that, I think. And then I really like with our habit bet, I've been really good about opening up my devotion and doing that. Or ours is called the Back to You, but kind of that same thing. But to keep that for the next 30 days for my mental. And then for functional, I want to start being better at logging my food again, especially on the weekends. Sometimes I'm really good during the week, but on the weekends I'm like, oh, I'll just put the mindset book away, and then I don't pull it out. And then maybe having more weekend snacks ready to go, because I know maybe we're going to snack more versus I kind of end up just like clearing out my fridge at the end of the weekend, it's like, okay, but maybe if I have more prep food on the weekends too, that would help.
I love that. Okay, so this, I will tell you, in the entire Beachbody community, the vast majority of coaches do not have clarity on what their struggles are or what their goals are. And because of that, and we have to revisit them often because life changes, as you guys know. Because of that, it creates frustration and it creates overwhelm because we don't know why we're not happy, or we don't know why we're falling short. It's like, that you have the potential to feel better or to be better or to achieve more than you are, but that you're not. And so it creates like a wrestling in our spirit. And so when we can get clear, okay, these are my top struggles, these are my top goals, then we can reverse engineer the plan. So now I want you guys to take out the worksheet. We kind of walked through already like the client goal and why it matters. Right now, you're the client. And so we're going to take some time really quick to go through, and you guys might know what this is going to be, but this is going to be your plan for September. So the first one, what is your nutritional plan going to be for September? You guys follow 2B Mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is where you would, well, I'll get to that after. Okay. So you're going to write down 2B Mindset. And maybe a focus about 2B Mindset, like a focus, 1 to 3 focus points for this next month that maybe you need to tighten up or improve since you've been following it for a while. So maybe that's your tracking, or maybe that's 2 hands on the wheel after dinner, or your journey, and this is your focus point for this next 30 days. This could also be reading through Alana's book again, or re-listening to the videos while you're driving to work. I remember when I was listening to Ashley McQuillan, when she lost a bunch of weight with 2B mindset, and she's like, she just spent time with Alana daily, and like getting back in that mindset, kind of bringing the excitement back to what you're doing is helpful. Okay, next is the fitness program. So remember, revisit what your struggles and your goals are. And with those in mind, what are you going to choose for your fitness program for the next 30 days? Now, we have body blocks. So just to be aware of for your clients, if they need more variety versus just doing fire and flow, or just doing job one, or just doing something, body blocks are helpful because it gives you structure, but you have a variety of different workouts and trainers and times and things like that you could choose from. So that's just to keep in mind for people that you're working with too. For me, I know that because of my high levels of stress in my life right now, it's not all bad stress, even good stress, like it's just a lot of pressure. I'm going to do 4 weeks for everybody. I never finished that program. I did like 1 week or 1 day of it, but it helps with muscle tone. It helps with, it's very low impact on the body too. And so I do like that part, and it helps with core strengthening. So that's why I'm choosing that. So what about you guys? What fitness program do you think that you're going to choose for the next 30 days?
I'm going to keep going with Morning Meltdown 100.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because
Perfect.
I am going to finish it this time.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
just did 43 today.
You're almost.
I know. And I'm like, I even tell Bryce, I'm all 43. Like, it feels like I just started this program. Like, it's just such a different feeling than last time. It's really cool.
That's
so
amazing.
for sure, I'm just plugging along through.
I love it.
I remember when I was like 100, I'm never going to be able to do 100. Do I really want to do this? And then I feel like I got to 90, and I think I like cried one day. I was like, I can't believe I almost made it to 100. I was like, what?
I know.
I'm going to do job one because I remember you sharing about it, and it has like 20 minutes, and I'm really excited about that, especially with just like busyness coming. And then I like that it's 5 days a week. I was really wanting to find something that's 5 versus 6.
Perfect.
So that's what I'm going to try.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like perfect for you.
Love it. Yeah. I highly recommend that program. There's one coach, Courtney Burton, who is planning on being a top coach in Beachbody. Like that's her goal. And she's doing it the entire way with job one because it fits her so well. It also fits her demographic of other really busy moms with a short period of time. And so that's all she's focusing on. That's all she's promoting because that's so it fits. So, okay. I love it. Okay. Next is supplements. What supplements do you plan on using, and think about your routine as you have your struggles and your goals? Don't forget about things like beach bars. For me, it's not a quote unquote supplement, but it is a product that I use that's helpful for me with my struggle of being on the go all the time, and my kids all like and after T-ball, and if parents are bringing sugary snacks, I can give them hydrate in a beach bar instead. Well, that's something I can share with other parents about, so think about what supplements you're going to use for the next 30 days with your goals and your struggles in mind. This is also where you can throw in like a 3-day refresh now and then. It's great for, as you guys know, it's great for like jump starting your goals, but it's also good for showing people like that they could do a 3-day cleanse to help after a trip or before a trip and things like that. Okay. Next, we have mindset. So I specifically put 2 spots here because there's room to have a morning routine with your Bible, your devotional, and to have something else where on your commutes you're listening to a personal development book or a podcast. I think we all probably agree that mental health and mindset is something that we neglect so much in our culture, and we're so rushed all the time. But it really makes a huge difference in how we feel and how we live and all of our decisions. So for me, my morning routine is I listen to a motivational YouTube compilation. It's usually Les Brown. I really like him. There's so many, or it's Dr. Billy Alls Brooks. Great gangster Christian. But something there, I feel so much better when I listen to that while I'm working out personally. And so I will have that along with my devotional and Bible in the morning, but then I'm going to choose a book. So this next month, I'll be listening to a John C. Maxwell book on the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Just so you guys know, I just finished a book. I haven't shared it for some reason with everybody, but there's a book called Doing Business God's Way, and it is so good. It's so good. Very encouraging. It's all scripture driven and how you build a business, because sometimes it can feel like it's selfish, like about making money and being successful in your business and posting on social media. And so it gets like conflicting, like, how do we do this God's way? And she's just really, really good at outlining how this is about building a kingdom, and we do that through our businesses, and God does want to bless our businesses and work through us, but he can't do that if we're small and if we're quiet and if we let our own pride and stuff, fears get in the way. So just wanted to share that because it's a really good book. But so what is your guys' kind of mindset strategy for this next 30 days? And do you have any questions about that?
Well, I'm going to continue reading. I've got to read the Bible in a year plan that I'm doing. So I'm doing that, and then my devotional. And then I started this book. I've had it forever. And then my in-laws actually got it for me for my birthday. So I gave my copy to my friend. And it's Rick Warren, The Purpose-Driven Life. And it's so good.
So good.
So I'm really enjoying that right now.
Good.
So those are kind of what I'm doing. And then I have a part of Bible study at church. So then we have a Bible study book that we are doing on generosity. We just started. So I'm kind of like dabbling into things.
Perfect. That's amazing.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
I'm just finishing my devotion. I think I'll finish actually at the end of the month. So I'm on the hunt for a new one. So any suggestions? And then, I haven't even really dove into any personal development books. So also some more suggestions, because
Yeah.
I'd be down to I always want to try and read one in the afternoon. And so I can download one on my Kindle. So send some suggestions.
Okay, perfect. I will recommend a couple that are going to be good for you for mindset, but also in business, because I think it'll really serve you. Build to Last is a good one. It's by Keith Callahan. Keith Callahan is my grandpa upline. So it's my coach Liz's upline. And he does a great job in it's more business, like how to build a strong business. He's one of the top earners in our company, but you'll never see him on stage. You will never see him at events. Like the book it's extremely popular for people in network marketing, but that one's a good one. The Compound Effect is a really good one as well. And that is by blanking on his name, but you'll find it if you look up The Compound Effect. That one's really good for new clients as well. So that might be a good one too, so that you could recommend it, but it really teaches the art of doing small things consistently over time is what makes big success. And that's a really good one. I mean, I have so many, but those are I'll leave you with 2.
I also was just thinking that I might, because you talked about doing Alana's book or like rereading it.
Yeah.
Well, I've never read it, but I know she has a podcast, or she talked about, I think, every chapter. So
Yeah.
I do love to listen to something when I'm doing my scheduling for our the transportation company. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to listen to something. And so I need to make it, I'm going to make a note to play that while I'm working, so I can
go.
listen to something.
I
Absolutely.
think her book comes in an ebook, doesn't it too?
I don't know. I never looked. Does it come in an Audible book? Or no?
I thought it did. It might, I don't know. Or maybe did I dream that? I don't know. I don't trust my brain these days. I thought it did. But another one, I can't find my book that I finished, but I kept sharing about it in our group, our little text thread. And it was Winning the War in Your Mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember who the author is. I'll find the book. I can text you a picture. But it was like so good. Like, I loved it.
Sorry, Jennifer Woodall was trying to get on and she couldn't find the link. I just saw her message.
It says it's available on audiobook with Audible.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. I would listen to it. That would be so great. And it would tie in so well to your nutrition side of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only beneficial for your journey, but it's so helpful in sharing and marketing and teaching other people and adding value to their lives. So, excuse me. Okay, last part, support. How with looking at your goals and your struggles, how do you best plan to give and get support, have accountability for these next 30 days, knowing your life, what works best for you? For example, I know as much as I want to be good at it, bod groups does not work for me. Like, I am horrible at checking it. I'm the worst. And it adds so much stress to my life when I try to force that into my life. So I know Facebook Messenger, I love it so much. It's so easy for me to access and respond to people. So that would be one of the things I will put for my own accountability. I also love checkoff sheets, like that I did the things. So I might, print out the habit tracker again or something like that, because I really personally love being able to check off and see that I did my chores for the day. Like I'm on track, and then to be able to see where I left off or where I slacked off. So those will be my things, as well as our team calls and things like that. So what will yours be? Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you guys, is this exercise helpful for you? To even though you guys kind of knew what you were doing going into September,
Mm-hmm.
it puts people you can hang this up and be reminded every day, these are my goals, this is why it matters, this is what I'm doing. So this process we went through a little bit slower to get each other's feedback, which I personally love to understand it a little bit more. But this is what we do as coach. This is such a simple way to say, what does a coach do? What do you do as a coach? This is what we do. We put programs together for people based on their goals and based on their struggles. That's it. There's so many different ways of doing it, but I personally think this is very simple. And, it does sometimes take time to get to know Beachbody programs to be able to best recommend things. But if someone's new and you're like, hey, like, I know you both have asked this question before. I have someone who's in their 80s and they're worried, they want no impact. What's a good program for that? That's what you have our team for, our coach growth group message thread. And then you can use this for them. So now step number 5 of this process is just find your tribe of 5 for the month, or in our case right now for the week. And can you guys see how this would be really valuable for somebody? Do you feel like, for me, having this, I have so much more confidence in sharing about what I do and how I'm going to help somebody, because I see it and I have something tangible that I'm going to be able to give them. And it's different than the average Beachbody coach. This is something different using our program, and it provides clarity, because our company can be a little bit overwhelming because we provide so much. And people get a little bit lost in like, what do I even do? So now that you have done this process, you're turning around to do it for other people. And then just before we end tonight's call, I just want to briefly go over some easy marketing tips for this. Like, how do you turn around and share this with people? And then kind of what an invite would look like. Because I don't know about you, but having this system is so much easier for me to reach out to another working mom that I know is stressed out, to be able to tell them, hey, I see like life is so crazy for you right now. I have a question for you. I'm trying to help 5 people, or 5 busy women. I'm not good with words right now. I'm usually better. And I really want to help 5 busy women in this stressful season of life to put together a program to help them feel better. Not something that's going to be on top of your schedule, but it's going to work into your schedule. Would you be open to answering a few questions, and I can put a program together for you, and you can let me know what you think. If you like it, I have a $20 coupon code. Like, I think I wrote a $20 referral code to go towards your program. And then in doing that, it doesn't sound salesy. I don't think. Do you think that sounds salesy? I like getting different opinions, because obviously I don't know everything. But to me, it sounds so much more genuine. And if someone sent that to me, that they're offering to give me free value, and then if I like it, then I get a coupon code, heck yeah. And maybe you do 20 of these, and then 5 of them actually complete the share cart. But what you're going to do is plant seeds, because I bet you a lot of people are going to say yes to that. Did that make sense too? How I transitioned to, I'm going to do this for you for free. I'm going to create a program for you for free. You can look over it, see what you think. And if you like it, I have a referral code for you. And then you're providing free service. It won't take you too long after asking, like getting information from them. And then you build them a share cart, and you send them the link with this. Did that make sense? Yeah.
So do we send that to them, or do we just ask them?
So what I would
Like,
do,
things.
so I would ask them, if they say, yeah, sure, that would be great. Then there's 2 ways. You can either create some sort of like a Google form, if you would like to send them that with, what are your top 3 struggles and what are your top 3 goals, physical, mental, and functional, for these next 30 days. You can do whatever you want. You could do 90 days, whatever. And then send them that link, or you can ask them that, okay, what are your top 3 struggles right now? And what are your top 3 goals for the next 30 days? And just ask them. They provide you the information. You can do voice memo, or tell them they can voice memo it to you back, so it's a little bit easier, or email, whatever your preferred method of communication is. And then after they share that with you, then you're going to build them a share cart. And then I'm going to send you guys the customize, oh my gosh, what's it called? Editable template. The Canva template for this. So if you want to type in instead, you can do that too.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you just write it out. And then when you respond to them, I would say, okay, here's a picture of your program that I created for you, and here's why. And then explain, you're going to integrate your story into it. Most likely these people are struggling with the same things you are. And that's kind of the idea behind this, is we want to find people that get where we're at, because you don't have to force anything and you don't have to know everything, because you get it. And then they're going to see the value, and then you're going to send them a share cart link and say, this is what it looks like price wise. Here's my coupon code. Let me know what you think. So, but leading with that value in any kind of sales, anything, usually really helps people understand more about what you're doing and you're offering a service before they even buy anything.
You know how like on stories on Instagram, you can do like the question box. Do you think like posting like, you know, just, hey, what are you struggling with this month? And then like have a question, and then the next one could be like, what are your goals? Or maybe I can make that into our conversation.
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be a good way to like bring it up? Okay.
100%. Yep. Using the question box, using the polls are great ways to where people feel like they don't have to commit and they can just click a button. I have a horrible habit of doing that and never checking the poll. I'm the worst.
I'm
I
the
do that with
worst.
the slide bar.
Oh my God. Like 3 days later, I'm all, oh shoot, I think I posted a poll.
I'm the worst.
I do that with the who wants to join me, and I do like the little hand so they can slide it, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, did anyone ask if they wanted to
I don't
slide?
We don't know.
I don't know.
You can go back into your archive, and thankfully, but I don't do that either. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not great.
Or I get the people on like, somebody actually responds. I'm all, yes. And then she's all, oh, I was breastfeeding my daughter. I didn't mean to hit the button. I'm all, all right.
So many times. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, even trying to put it like not in the middle, so it's not like on the clicky side.
Right.
Well, I'm not trying to trick you into doing my poll.
I know, right? I know. So funny. Okay, so really quick before I let you guys go, this is an idea. You do not need to use it, but if you're struggling with structure and marketing, like Sarah, one of your goals was to spend less time on the phone and, you know, be more present. This is something you could set up ahead of time, like on a Sunday, or just, it doesn't matter what day, but one day of the week. And with these 5 elements, that's 5 days of the work week, you know, Monday through Friday. And so you can literally take a topic from each of our 5 things and repeat those topics with a different picture or a different story or a different video or a different reel. But every Monday is nutrition, every Tuesday is about fitness and about your story through it. And when you do that, you can constantly tell people this is part of the 5-part wellness program I create for people. And you're never going to get boring because people are constantly learning more about what you do and your story and why it's helped you. So instead of, you know, we've done this so many different ways of write down 7 things about yourself and then make those 7 things your 7 days of the week. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. It just has to bring you joy, and it has to be something that you're passionate about. And if growing your business and helping people with this platform is something you're passionate about, this is a really easy way to kind of outline your Monday through Friday. And then you could, you know, do whatever else that you want. But really quick, connecting your struggles and your goals that you wrote down, though, that is the story that you're sharing. So you're identifying your struggles on social media. I did a post last night. It's a picture of me with glasses. And if you want an example of what it could look like, I literally did a, is this you, with a pointing down finger. And then I bullet pointed some of my struggles, which was like life's been so all over the place. You don't even know where to start feeling better. Your energy is so low physically, mentally, with the demands of life right now. You feel like you can't keep up with how empty your tank is. You know, you need to change some habits and start taking better care of yourself, but you don't know how in the world any self-care could fit into your life why you don't know what to do or how you know you have to change something and you're ready for it. And I think that part's important. You want to attract people who are ready to change. Otherwise, you're dragging them and it's just not fun. And then I said, I'm looking for you. I want specifically to identify with these people because I know they're desperate for change. Most of them are okay investing money and their time, and they're going to be easier to work with. And then I literally put in that next line that I want to chat with you this week about your struggles and your goals to create a simple 5-element 30-day program for you that fits into your life, not on top of it. And then I said, if you'd be interested in talking with me more, please shoot me a message to schedule a quick call. All who message will receive a special coupon code to go towards your program. So I'm relating with people in that. And I am saying I have something to offer you. And there's exclusivity in there with the coupon code and only 5 spots. So you can consistently repeat that type through your nutrition. You can share what your guys' struggles have been in the past with nutrition. Before you ever started this, what were some of the habits that you have overcome that were not serving you? And start with that. And then can you relate? I'm so thankful I have this 5-part wellness program. I want to help you too. And then you kind of put the invite from there. Same with fitness, same with your supplements, and just share your story and how they're helping you. Does that make sense? Like it comes a little bit easier when you have clarity on these are my struggles. These are my goals. This is how I'm getting there. Want to do it too. And it's just a rinse and repeat every single day. Okay. And then lastly is just the invite, which we kind of talked about earlier. When you're inviting people to do this with you, it should just be a genuine, hey, I'm really excited about this. This is really going to help me. Do you want to do it too? Can I show you what I'm doing and see if it would be of any help to you? If not, that's totally fine, but I think it would really help you. And just having that confidence goes a long way because people know, they feel when we are insecure about what we're offering. But with this, you can be so secure that you have a whole plan mapped out for them. So, okay, I'm done talking. Any questions? Do you guys feel like that is going to be helpful? Be honest.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really I feel like, well, when I know Brooke, she downloaded the whole templates and that almost overwhelms me so much. So I kind of said I wasn't going to do it. So I've just been when I reach out to people, I'm really telling them I'm doing this job one. Well, I don't say that. I say I'm doing this 20-minute workout. Yeah. I'm so excited. It's only 5 days a week. I really realized I can only do 5 days in this. So that's, I think, kind of is like this. I'm telling them what I'm focusing on. So
Absolutely. And then you're kind of just sharing it's not just a workout because there's so many people. It helps when you get in their head of what are their objections going to be? What are their struggles going to be? What are their hardships going to be? And then you speak to them in your marketing. And so on one of your fitness days, you could say, this is more than just a 20-minute workout. While that's part of it, I actually have 5 essentials that I work on every single day. And that's what helps transform me into a better person. That's part of my transformation. And this is where it's so hard to find one place that feeds all 5 of those areas. Like going to the gym, you miss out on 4 different things. Having a nutritionist, you miss out on 4 different things. Having a support group is great, but you miss out on 4 different things. Going to buy vitamins is great, but you miss out on 4 different things. And we have all 5 things. And I think that's really, as we talk about that more, is going to be where people start to see the value, and we're going to get less and less and less price objections, especially with inflation, because our prices haven't changed. We've increased Beachbody On Demand, which was extremely cheap to begin with when it comes to what we have to offer. So, and then that's a whole nother side of things is inflation right now. And if this changes people's life, how better to help combat inflation than to be able to earn referral bonuses by encouraging your friends to do it with them, and just having that verbiage of making things really simple is really, I think, the key to all of this, which is why I struggled, because my brain is so freaking complex that I haven't made it very easy for people. to be honest, in the past.
If you're like, let's say you're just messaging someone back and forth, would you send them this to get their idea of what they're wanting, or
Yeah.
just kind of like word it?
You could totally do that. This image could be a post of yours, and you could throw it out there and say, hey, I'm growing my wellness program, or I'm growing my wellness community, and I have this really amazing program that I'm putting together for people. If you would like me to put together a free program for you, or if you would like to know what a custom program recommendation looks like, let me know. I'll send you a $20 promo code if you decide to move forward with the program. There's so many different creative ways to get people's attention. People love free, but then they see the value after the free. I've struggled with free groups because I feel like our time's valuable, and this is my own personal struggle. There's people that just rock their business with them, but I also understand that people need to experience something valuable a lot of times before they buy something. So, and this is on the internet. So yeah, that helps sometimes. Cool, guys. Well, thank you for being on. I'm glad that it was just you two, because we were able to kind of talk through more, I feel like. Don't forget, in your goals and your struggles you wrote down, that those are great teaching elements. Like Brooke teaching about melting mode. Most people don't know what that is. So what are your top tips that you've learned from Alana about melting mode? And that is a huge way to add value to people's lives and intrigue, like get them interested in what you're doing. And then the same, Sarah, with with motivation. So many people struggle with motivation. And so how are you going to combat that? It's basically like, as you're creating your own program, you're creating like, how do I add value to people's lives through what I'm learning? And then it's a constant, it's where it never ends. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for being on. I hope you both have a wonderful night.
You too.
Let me know if you need anything.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.